Money for Nothing, a Gold and Courage series novel by Karen S. Gordon. Narrated by Adam Riley. Chapter 1. Miami, Florida. Present day. Vance Courage gripped the wooden steering wheel of the classic Volvo, wind in his cropped dark brown hair, listening to the roar of the tractor trailers passing by as he checked the rearview mirror. Glancing over his shoulder, he hung his arm out the window and used a hand signal to change lanes. A woman in a Range Rover pulled up next to him, lowered her sunglasses, pursed her lips, turned her head, and smiled at him. Was it the good looks he was accused of having? Or was it the pleasure she derived from being able to look down on him? He chose option 2. He used to drive a Range Rover, a black one, back in the day when he made a decent living as a plaintiff's attorney, before everything went to hell, before he could afford to retire. He checked the forecast before opening the convertible top on the old car and was enjoying the early afternoon sunshine, but not the sounds or smells of Interstate 95 traffic. The AC was still on the fritz, and the heat and humidity that had arrived early this April would have made the trip to Aventura Mall unbearable with the top closed. When he did get around to putting the old car in the shop, he'd have to remember to ask about a wheel alignment too. Aventura was north of Miami Beach, practically to Hallandale. If he weren't an Olympic procrastinator, he'd have ordered his nephew Ethan's birthday gift on the net and saved himself $200 and a 40-mile round-trip drive, plus another half hour to deliver it to his sister's place on the south side in suburban Kendall. Out of nowhere, clouds formed overhead, threatening to ruin the ride he'd been so far enjoying. Locals like to say if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. It had even snowed once back in 1977, the only time in recorded history, and it had left a light dusting of white powder that stretched from Miami to Fort Lauderdale to Palm Beach. His cousin Tony, then well on his way to becoming one of the biggest cocaine smugglers in U.S. history, joked it could have been a load of cocaine dropped from a C-130 transport plane. The Herald ran a headline, "Snow in Miami." The editors at the paper had to have a good laugh over that. A big raindrop smacked in between his gray-green eyes. Then the sky opened up. Shit. He flipped on the headlights and wipers, slowed, merged to the far right lane, then exited, making his way beneath the highway overpass, and parked. He hopped out, unsnapped the vinyl cover where the canvas top was stowed, and wrangled the old metal frame from a compartment behind the back seat. A fierce gust of wind kicked up, unbalancing him. Fighting to stay on his feet, he pierced a hole in the worn canvas top with his thumb. A flash of green light blinded him, followed by a tooth-rattling boom and a temperature drop of at least 20 degrees.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?